Dear friends and followers, welcome back to CBTV. And on this episode of Truckin It, we're going to talk about the catastrophic effects of stray animals that get into your interior. And I know this is going to have a bunch of cat puns intended. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to my channel. Puns are intended on this one. So, let's say you're a semi-driver and you're coming up to your truck after a long weekend of getting stuff done, when suddenly you see a furry feline on your dashboard that you know ain't supposed to be there. How can this happen? And what you can do to avoid getting hurt. That's coming up. So, there are puns intended on this episode because cats and dogs can do quite a bit of damage to the truck, not to mention some of those other smaller animals. Especially if they can get into openings and tear stuff up. So, let's get started on what you can do in the event you have a close encounter with a stray animal. So, the first thing not to do is to panic. Because oftentimes these truck lots are in open areas where there's a lot of wildlife. Bears, dogs, cats, etc. A lot of the maintenance yards and the truck stops do a fairly good job on pest control. But you still have the chance where you could encounter your furry feline foe. And these furry animals can do a lot of damage. Now, this is an entirely separate issue from you traveling with a pet cat. Or a pet dog. But a lot of the damage is the same. So, therefore, if you are traveling with a pet, I encourage you to find your company's pet policy and make sure to read through it thoroughly, because oftentimes there's a deposit involved and there's a lot of consequences if that furry feline does damage to your vehicle interior. So, what kind of damage can a furry feline or a dog do to your truck? Well, in addition to the dog hair and the spilled dog food or cat food, puns intended for both types of animals in this case, a stray animal can do damage to your instrument cluster, to your interior furnishings, to your electrical wiring, to your air system, and to your hydraulics as well. This can result in things like fluid leaks. It can result in an electrical short, possible fire. The damage can be really severe. So if you have a pet, a lot of companies require you take out what's called a pet deposit and get a clause on their insurance, if they even allow pets at all. Now, if a stray animal gets into your interior, there's a lot of hiding spots where they can go. Inside your dashboard, on the new Cascadias, they can get in on your overhead bins, as there's plenty of space up there. They can get into the space in between the seat and the closet. Especially, and if you have a power inverter, this can be very serious because there's exposed wiring out there. And also, they can get into the space in between your cab in your trailer and cause havoc to the underside of your vehicle, or in a lot of cases, they can also hide under the hood and do damage there. And in addition to that, I can't mention the specific case, but now there is a lawsuit going on against a major car maker in regards to vermin and wildlife getting into certain parts of the brake system and starting fires, because the manufacturer didn't build the part correctly. So your company has specific guidelines on the transportation of pets inside your vehicle. So to prevent a furry situation, always follow the pet policy. Make sure that the pet is well fed and has water at all times. Respect the pet's requests to go to the bathroom. And finally, always either train your pet in the case of a larger one to stay in a certain part of the vehicle, or if it's a smaller one, like a cat for instance, that you use an approved pet carrier to protect your vehicle from damage. Now, let's all stay safe, and let's all make sure that if you encounter a stray animal, you report it to your maintenance department, and if you do transport pets, that you are very careful so that they do not cause a catastrophe or a cataclysmic event. Let's make your best trip your next trip. Keep learning, keep thinking, keep on trucking. Adios.